Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So what I want to talk to you about today is an old set that's been around for a long time that most guys, a lot of guys in fact, don't use anymore. And that is a buried, or not buried, but a staked hide or staked feathers set. Very, very deadly on coyotes, really good on cats. I want to show you how I construct that set. I've kind of already got it pre-constructed, but I'll kind of go through how I go about it and places that you want to use this set, some scenarios that you want to put it in to use for you. I think it'll be a real asset to you. I think if you try it and use it, and I really honestly believe that you'll like it a lot. Like I said, it's nothing new. Set's been around for a long time. Clear back into the 20s and 30s, you know, and it goes kind of the same along the same kind of lines as wiring a jackrabbit or a prairie dog or something of that to a bush and popping a trap in front of it with a little urine on it, or a call type lure. Works really well. You know, the old wolfers such as Roy Kuykendall, Pudlong, you know, those guys took some tremendous amount of coyotes out of the Oregon desert and the high country in the state of Oregon using these type of sets. They were fast, they were efficient, and they weren't, you know, fast and deadly, but not crude, rude, and obscene. There is a difference. So let me get this camera set up here on a tripod, and we'll kind of go through this and get right to it. Stay with me. We'll be right back in a moment. So before we get too far into this, I would like to invite you to please go ahead, if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell. It helps me out a lot. I mean, not only my channel, but other trapping channels and outdoor channels as well. It lets YouTube know that you appreciate and you enjoy this kind of content. If you would please go ahead and share this video also. I greatly appreciate it. And maybe you want to go back and look at some of my older videos that I've done before. You know, as of yesterday, we've been at this a year now. And guys, I can't thank y'all enough for what you've done for my channel. You know, we're at a little over 1,900 subscribers in a year. I don't have a clue, but everybody tells me that that's really good. So I kind of got drop kicked into this century on the 26th of April last year. So that's when I put up my first video. And guys, I can't thank you enough for what you've done for my channel and for my lure business as well. I greatly appreciate it. So anyway, let's get this camera reset and go through this set with y'all. Stay with me, guys. Okay, guys. So I don't know how well this is going to show up in the camera. We'll try to get it here to where you can actually see what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. Basically what this is a humped up mound of dirt. I really like to use these on sandbars where I've got coyote tracks or fox tracks or even bobcat tracks. This is a tremendous fur taker. Okay, this set is deadly and it works really well. And if it's made right on those sandbars and lured properly with a good bobcat gland lure, you'll take several otter with this set as well. It's a flat set, but what we've done here, I've got an old piece of coon fur here with a piece of number 9 wire run through it that I've just looped over and doubled back into itself. You could use a big barn spike roofing nail, or big barn nail, something of that sort. If you live in a state where you're not allowed to use real fur, you can use fake fur, you can use polyfill, you can use cotton balls, something of that sort. What it is this hump of dirt is approximately about 18 inches long and about 5-6 inches wide, and not much more than about 8 or 10 inches tall. It's made to mimic the fact that something has killed something and buried it here, okay? Now, you can, like I said, you can use fur, fake fur, cotton balls, polyfill, anything like that to get an animal's attention. This just happens to be an old piece of coon hide that I had laying around, one that the bugs got to before I got it sold or put in the freezer or in the tannin solution, and that's just what I'm using here. Now, if you're targeting cats, and targeting cats specifically, this happens to be a chunk of salted turkey hide with the feathers on it, and staked the same way with a piece of number 9 wire, just looped back around through it, and you just push this or drive it in the ground. Works really well there too. Now you can use fake feathers such as the feather boas or something of that sort. I just happen to have this old turkey hide laying around here from bobcat trapping last season, and that's what I use. Bed is dug out here. We're going to be pan center. We're going to be about probably 5.5, 6 inches from the edge of our attractor to the center of the pan. Flat set so that everything will be blended back in, look pretty natural, pretty level for everything by the time we're done here. So we're going to take our piece of staked hide here. We're just going to, right here at the base of the hump mound of dirt that we've mounded up here, we're going to push that in so that coyote can't just come up and pick it up and walk off with it. I hope this is showing up. I hope it's not going to be too dark in the camera. Then we're going to take our big number 4 Duke here. This is one of my good, a good trap to use for canines. Put our wire screen on it, like I showed there a couple videos ago. Just hook it over the dog notch there, and we will set the trap. Come on, work with me here. It never fails. Everything never wants to work right when you want it to. Get on there. Okay. All right, got our trap set. Give our wire screen, put our thumb under the pan, give it a slight tug forward, get it to lay down flat for us. Running 3 pounds of pan tension. Okay, while we're on the subject of the trap and the stake, now this happens to be a Berkshire heavy duty. No, it's not even a heavy duty. It's just the hard ground Berkshire. Now I've heard a lot of guys complain that when they use it with cable on it, that the cable wants to stick up in the bed. Okay, and it's fact. That's exactly true. But here's a little trick. Here's a little trick y'all can do to eliminate that. If you just take a pair of pliers or even your driver and wind this thing on around that and give it a quick pull or two, like so. See how that curly cues, like so? Now, if you can't get that drove all the way in, that thing will lay down in that bed for you. It'll just roll right up and lay right there just flat as a pancake. There's a little tip I just want to share with y'all to maybe help you along the way if you're using cable versus chain on your stakes. So anyway, make a little note of that. Anyway, we've got our stake hide here, right here, and we put our trap in the bed, and we go ahead and pack her in there. Go ahead and bury it all in, get it bedded in there good and tight, solid. And whatever you do when you're using these wire screens, do not push down in the center of those jaws. You will wear that trap, I promise. Okay, that trap is bedded in there nice and solid now. No rock, no wobble, no tip. Go ahead and cover it. Make it in there. Put a couple stepping guides up in there in front of it. Make sure he steps where we want him to. Blend the trap in just like nothing happened. This little bit of a low spot we've created is not going to hurt a thing other than give him a place to stand. It'll make things a little better for us. Now, get rid of that hard line. We don't want it. We don't want them rocks in there. We don't want big chunks over the pan either. Just a nice low spot here. Leave this dirt out here if you want to kind of help create that walk-through. We've got him coming between the jaws that way versus over them. Now, a little bit of wind, a little bit of sun. That set will blend in just like nothing happened. Get rid of the chunks again off the pan between the jaws. And that right there would be the completed set, guys. Let me swing that camera around and show it to y'all so that you get the full effect of it. Like I said, I don't know how well it's going to show up in the camera, being as dark as it is. All right, guys. You can see our mound of dirt back there. You can see our buried, or not our buried, but our staked hide. Trap's buried right here. Center of the pan is right there. You can see the wire screen coming through. That's center of the pan. Approximately 5.5 inches, 6 maybe, from our staked hide. Stake that thing down good, because very important, because the more he pulls and tugs on it, the more steps he takes and the deeper in trouble he gets. That would be the completed set using the staked hide. And now then, that would be the completed set with the hide removed and the feathers put in place. Again, 4 or 5 inches back. Do what you have to do to create the walk-through effect out here. Clods of dirt, rocks, whatever it might be, to make him come between the jaws this way. That's very important. And that would be the completed set. All right, guys, I know that was kind of a fast little video for you, but I believe that it was very informational. I believe there was a lot to it, should you choose to use it. Like I said, now, we'll check your laws in your state. Make sure that you're legal to use a piece of fur or feathers. If not, then you need to use fake fur, fake feathers, polyfill, cotton balls, something of that sort to get that animal's attention, to get him over there. It is very good set to use on coyotes and red fox, gray fox, bobcats. And like I said, if you put these in on sandbars and lure them up with a good bobcat gland lure, something such as, guys just knocked the fire out of the otter this last fall using my my cat call and my High Plains Mesa. So, if you want to take some incidental otters, throw a little bobcat gland lure there. You can use food lure, you can use I would stick with a good food lure, a good gland lure here, and a good shot of urine. Make it look like and make it mimic something has killed it and buried it there and left it a little exposed. Guys, again, I appreciate everything you've done for this channel. I appreciate you tuning in and watching all my videos. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.